What up? What up? Your boy El Hombre. I am joined today. This is, by the way, this is Hall of Fame material. A guy I've been BSing with on Twitter for a long time. He's been on a couple other shows on our channel. Never once with me. Never once one-on-one. Finally, Trusty's on. Dennis, welcome. What's up, man?
Not so much. Thanks for having me on. This is going to probably be scary. Uh, but no, we're looking to find ways to make money for Derby Day, right, El Hombre?
That's it, man. So when we initially started talking, we were talking about ways to make money on Derby and Oaks weekend at Churchill this weekend. Obviously, that's the big ticket this week. Dennis, he's got some other ways to make money. I think different races, maybe a little slightly different approach. Dennis, what do you got for us? What should we be looking for the people who are trying to play the full cards on Friday and Saturday at Churchill? What's up?
Well, the premise of the video started because I was thinking, how do people that don't know horse racing really make a mistake on Derby Day and Derby week? They think they have to win the Derby. You don't. 5-1 pays 5-1 in the Derby, and claiming 5,000. There's allowance races on the card. There's good races to make money, and I think to start off with that, I would say on Oaks Day, and the second race, I really like the 10 horse Misread. That's an Al-Stall horse. You got to go with some local connections. The third place finisher in the race from Fairgrounds on Louisiana Derby Day came back to win at Keeneland for Brad Cox. The horse is 7-2. I think that's pretty good odds on that horse.
This is Friday. I'm sorry.
Friday.
Race number
2.
I'm jotting these down because I'm playing these full cards, and I know Dennis from Twitter gets a lot of action rolling. Especially he's kind of known for playing some of the off cards and stuff, which is interesting for of course everybody wants to bet the Derby, and like you said, a 5-1 horse is a 5-1 horse. If you're looking for good action, the Kentucky Derby, dude, there's going to be like 2 or 3 horses that are 5-1 or less, and that is not a good bet. Especially this year with the well-balanced field. I'm not betting any horses in the Kentucky Derby, just full disclosure, that are under like maybe 8 or 10-1 because it's too balanced. So yeah, look at some of these off races.
Yeah.
What else you got besides that race? Anything else you're looking for on Oaks Day, or are you looking at Derby Day?
Well, I was going to say on Saturday, I like in the second race, again, we're going to another allowance race. Mickey from Wexford, 15-1, second off the layoff, came in from Keeneland, ran a good third place finish. Was also on the Derby Futures at one point after breaking the main at Keeneland, and was never seen again until April. And 15-1 on that horse. I think that horse could do some running late.
Wow. How big is that field?
It's a field of 10.
That's a really nice card on Saturday, by the way. I mean, obviously, Kentucky Derby Day is always a nice card, but I saw, I think it was race 10. Some huge names. Obviously, the big purses bring everybody in, but a lot of options besides the Derby itself.
Well, too, like everybody knows all the big name trainers. I mean, you got some of these local guys. They really get their best horses out for Derby Day. Well, Chad Brown put some of his up for Belmont Day, and people are going to gravitate towards the Chad Browns, the Belmonts, and Pletchers who are saving up for Belmont Day with their owners being in New York. Right. This is some of the local owners. This is their big
Super Bowl.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, because anybody local is going to have 50 of their best friends come and hang out at the track for the one day out of 365 that a lot of people care about horse racing for one day or maybe a couple of the whole year. Mm-hmm. People like us are in it all year long, but the casual fan is certainly not.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you're looking at other races. I mean, obviously a lot of us are too, especially with the Oaks and the full cards going on, but this Derby, dude, I'm going to tell you that there's 4 horses that I think are going to take a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And without mentioning any names, Epicenter, Zandon, Taba, and um, I think Messier is probably fourth, are all going to be sub 10-1. Everybody else is going to be wildly big prices, and it's all over the place.
Mhm.
So you can look at that one of two ways. If you really like a horse out of these 20, you're gonna make some bank if it works out for you. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to make money. You're either going to be very happy or very broke on Saturday if you're
Yeah,
just betting the Derby. So it's a
yeah,
good take.
exactly.
I like that you're looking at some of these other races. So obviously, I think it's a 14 race card on Saturday. I'm sure it's a big card Friday too.
Hmm.
What else is popping off? Anything else before we want to go into the Derby? Because I want to hear your take on the Derby and Oaks too.
Oh, for sure. I was just gonna say, I think a race that always pays really well is the Pat Day Mile. I know that I kind of like Chris Hartman's horse, who's 20-1, cutting back in distance from Arkansas Cavoid, but I kind of like the Alstall horse again. We're going back to Alstall 20-1. That's probably the closer of the race. And if Jack Christopher's not ready, and the 11, my prankster, had a terrible race at Kingland. There's nothing really in that race that sticks out, so I could see that being a price race. I mean, I'm not sure if you've looked at the card either, El Hombre, but I'm mentioning this though because this is just a stack card, and you got to pace yourself. But
Yeah,
there's,
dude. Here's the thing. Like, if you,
like you said, if
I
you
know
hit the
you've been to
dirt,
Derby Day.
yeah, I was gonna
Well, if you
say
go
if
there and you say, here's my budget, like a normal person, you got, I don't know, somewhere between 100 and 500 bucks to blow on Derby Day. If you go there and there's
Mhm.
14 races and a lot of them are big ones, if you don't pace yourself or have some kind of game plan, you are effed, dude, because these are
Yeah.
full fields. And there's a lot of good horses. It's not like, parks on a Tuesday where, there's 5 and 6 horse fields and half of them are garbage. This is like legit.
Mhm.
I mean, it's almost like a Breeders' Cup type situation where the fields are big and stacked.
Yeah,
So
and Jackie
you got to
Warrior's
pick your
5,
places.
for example. I mean, just thinking about that, that horse should not be 5-2. But you know, uh, and another trick too is, like you said, if you're just betting the Derby and you lose, you lose. It, at least this way gives you more options to. Well, if I lost this race, I got this race. If I lose this race, I got backup plans in a way.
Yeah, like I was just at Keeneland for the Bluegrass Stakes, and I had a very conscious budget the whole time because there's, I want to say, 11 races on that day, and I knew that I wanted about half of my bankroll available for the Bluegrass because I knew exactly what I wanted to bet there.
Hmm.
But it's very easy, especially if you're a drinker, uh, to shoot all that in the first 3 or 4 races and be done.
Yeah.
So it's important to pick your spots. I mean, even if you got to bet every race, which I don't blame you. If I'm going to a live race and I know you were just talking about the Churchill, by the time you get $100 invested in parking and buying a ticket, going in and getting a $25 hot dog and a drink, you're gonna want to bet every race.
Hmm.
Budget yourself. Get yourself. I don't know, a $12, a $2 exacta box for $12 or something. Just get yourself through it. Because if you have somebody like in the Kentucky Derby, there's a ton of money to be made. Same with the Oaks on Friday. But so let's get to the big races. I think that's
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
big seller is this weekend. Um, let's talk about the Oaks. I think there is, and we'll have a top 5 contenders video for the Oaks coming out either tomorrow or Thursday. But I think it's a 4 horse race, and we just talked briefly about who you like in this race. How are you betting the Oaks this year?
I'm not getting fancy. It's 4 horses and that's it. I'm boxing them all in a trifecta and that's it. I mean, I'm hoping that it runs Secret Oath, then Kathleen Owen, Echo Zulu, because I think Echo Zulu will be probably second choice when they go off at or favorite. I don't know. but it
They have
looks
Nest
like,
as the morning line favorite, right?
yeah, I
That was
don't
a
know
little
how.
surprising.
Yeah, and let's talk about that too. The morning line.
Oh
Oh
God,
my God.
we got, dude. We can talk when I pull the Derby menu up here in a minute. I mean, that is an hour-long topic on its own. But yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say about the Oaks morning
Well,
lines?
the Oaks one's not at least egregious. The Derby one, like you said, it's pretty
It's
bad.
but
Somebody should lose their job for that.
it's unbelievable, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get into that in a few minutes here. But for the Oaks, so yeah, Secret Oath. What do you think Secret Oath's going to go out at post time odds wise? Because I think you're right. I think that's probably going to be the third or fourth choice, right?
Yeah, I think she'll be fourth choice at 5-1, and unless you get some crazy Oakland money come in, she goes off at 9-2.
I think so too, and I think that boxing the four favorites in a try is not a bad move.
Yeah.
Of
And
course, there's
honestly,
always somebody who might sneak up and pull an upset, but I don't know, man.
the only horse I think that could actually ruin me in that plan, sadly, would be Hidden Connection, and that's 20-1, and she almost beat Echo Zulu last time. I thought it was kind of fluky, but if it wasn't fluky, it could definitely ruin the Oaks bet.
Yeah, I think they're all going to be under 5-1, but if they come in the right order, you can still make some money on a try there. If you
Yeah,
box the
exactly.
top
Plus,
four.
it's the Oaks. It's always going to pay probably double what it should pay.
Yep. So, all right, now let's talk about the Derby, and I'm going to share my screen. We got the post position draw was yesterday, and here's your morning line odds. Which again, I've never seen anything more. I don't want to say ridiculous. I'll say unbelievable because it's not realistic at all.
Yeah.
First of all, there's nobody over 30-1, which is absurd. So you've got, I mean, you got a horse like, I'll give you an example real quick. A horse like Smile Happy or Charge It is 20-1. And I know this is not a science. This is a baseline to where the betting should start. I get it. I understand that. But 20-1 on Smile Happy, Charge It, Crown Pride, these type of horses, versus a 30-1, a 3-0 Road, Tawny Port.
Yeah.
It's not Happy Jack, especially, dude. Like, it's not even close. And to have the morning line odds even remotely close is absurd, and it's an insult. I can't believe that they let this fly like that. I don't know what.
Well, not only
normally
that,
there's 50 and 80-1s. I mean,
yeah. Well,
I don't get
not
it.
only that, I mean, Taba, I don't really like the horse. I've been prolific that I don't really think the horse is that, mature enough to do this. It's
That was the next example.
Yeah. He's 12-1. I have to bet him. I have to bet him at that point. But you're going to tell me that Modonical drawing the rail makes him 10-1. Not saying the rail's death for him. It's not completely over. But the horse should be 15-1 now. All of a sudden, you're going to tell me the horse.
I'm pretty sure the morning line's determined before the post draw, but still, I mean, they have Taba, what, fifth or sixth choice here. There's not a person. There's not a talking head in the industry that has that horse below like third choice.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot and half of the country thinks this is the next coming of Justify, or maybe Jesus Christ walking on water across the ocean later after the races. Maybe we'll have the horse.
Yeah, he might literally have to walk across water if it's raining, but
Yeah, maybe he can levitate above the crowd and it's incredible. But and the horse might win, and he's a great horse, and his numbers are impressive and everything else. But 12-1 morning line is repulsive.
Yeah.
Zandon should not be the favorite. I think Zandon's got a great shot. I think the 10 post position is perfect for him. But dude, come on, they missed everything.
So I think what we're saying here is honestly make your own morning line if you know how to, or at least watch the odds board to see what's popping up, and make a price that you would feel comfortable value with. Because, like I said, Taylor at 12-1, I got to bet the horse now,
dude. If he goes off 12-1, I'll bet him hard.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to be more than like 5-1 or 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking he should be about 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8-1. 8 after the morning line, he should be about 8-1, but now I'm thinking he might go off 6-1 as well. So and then I don't really want to play him. Plus, personally, me, I got Derby Future Sires wagers. I can't back charge it at 20-1 because I got him at 18-1. Off tap it. And Taba, I got Taba off Gunrunner. If he goes off, like I said, about 7-1, 6-1, I can't play him because I got Gunrunner at 9-1. So, with that
I think
said,
Epicenter at 7-2 is about right.
yeah, I think
I would have picked him.
3-1 is not.
And Zandon's not completely wrong at 3-1 either. But
Well, hold on. Well, listen, it sounds not wrong, but whenever you get into the topic of, well, Justify was 3-1 and American Pharaoh was 3-1, it sounds a little off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
because I don't think any of these horses are that type
they're not
of
that
dominant.
caliber. Yeah, exactly. So, for me to actually use that in that argument, there's no way Xander could be 3-1. I mean, I could see Epicenter going off at 7-2 because I think he's deserving favorite, but
I mean, there's and all these. I think somebody early in the week we had a show, and a couple of the guys were saying that a lot of these horses have done nothing wrong, and that's true. You can say that about Epicenter, Zandon, a few of them, and Messier had the one misstep against Taba, and Taba has definitely done nothing wrong, even though it's been a short couple of races. But I don't know. I think the one thing I'll say is that there is about half of the field should be 30-1 or higher, and it's not true. It's unrealistic, the morning lines. And like, I think it really hurts Zandon to be favored here in the morning line, because I think the drunk average person who's never looked at a statistic of a horse race before in their life looks at that and says, "Oh, he's the favorite. I'm betting him."
It goes either one of two ways. Either they'll say, "Oh, I'm drunk," and they're obviously going to be drunk at this point. It's
yeah.
And they're going to say, "Oh, I'm just going to bet
diving through blood
or
puddles."
they'll just say, "Screw it, we'll bet Happy Jack just because my grandson's named Jack and he's 30-1." So they'll go either one of two ways.
But I think when it's all said and done, Taba, Epicenter, Zandon, all under 5-1, maybe 6-1. Would you say you think Taba's going to be about 6-1?
Yeah, I'm thinking Taba should be about 6 or 8. Really? You think?
I think he's going to be bet that hard. Yeah.
Wow.
And maybe that's just because I'm listening to too many wise guys, but I really do, and I think deservedly so. I think Epicenter, Zandon, and Taba are all fairly even in that 4 to 5-1 range, and then a slight step up to like Messier at like 7-1 maybe, and then everybody else is going to be 10, 12, 15 and higher.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, I think I'm gonna bet White Barrio. I think I'm gonna bet Barber Road. Then I might bet Exacta with Epicenter and Taba on top, and White Barrio on top as well, and then just Charge it underneath. Throw Zandon out because 3-1, unless you give me 6-1 on him. Throw Messier underneath. Then I get torn between like simplification and
simplification might be I really like simplification at 13 hole. But let me ask you this: so you got $100 in your pocket on Derby Day, and that's all you have, and you have to bet the $100 somewhere or another on this race, and take a minute to think about it if you need. What are you doing with the $100? Because I think a lot of people are actually in that boat, not because they can only afford 100, but that's because they're willing to toss $100 out on on a once a year bet on a horse race that most people don't do. So what would you throw your $100 at? I guess first of all, if you're trying to actually make money, and then secondly, if you're trying to maybe find a way to turn 100 into something much bigger.
Well, if I'm just trying to make money, I think I would just bet a couple of like Barber Road to win and show, maybe Pioneer Medina win and show, Charge it win and show. Maybe do that, sprinkle it around that way. You can have
take like 5 horses and win.
Yeah, 5 horses at 21 or higher, and just say like you could have an option, and when they're coming down the stretch, you at least have a cheering interest. That's if you're not really looking to knock it out of the park. If you're looking to knock it out of the park, I think you pick either Epicenter, Messier, Taba, or maybe like charge it if he gets bet, or from O'Donegal if you're not scared of the post, which I am, but or White Barrio, somebody like that, and just bet like win and place on the horse, because if the horse still runs second, you're going to get back $6 a place minimum.
Oh yeah.
So maybe just bet 50 and 50 on the horse, or 25 and 25 on the horse, and then bet a Zacta box and all those horses, and there you go.
Okay, good, man. So, yeah, dude, I have talked to 20 different people that are, pretty good cappers that I know on Twitter, YouTube, wherever else, and it's hard to find two people thinking alike on this race. So that tells me that we've all kind of got, the same 5 or 6, I think, but there are a lot of those mid-range horses like Simplification.
Yeah, well,
like
and that's
White Barrio.
Like you said, I think we all have the same 4. I think where 5 and 6 differs is going to where you really need to make your money at, especially underneath.
And I'm telling you right now, dude, like unless the post time odds go way different than I think they're going to, there's no way I'm betting Epicenter or Zandon or Taba.
Yeah.
I think, would I be surprised if any of those 3 won? Absolutely not, dude. In fact, one of those 3 probably will win, but at 3 or 5 to 1, I'm going to take my chances on a horse like White Barrio, who I think is going to be like 12 to 1.
Yeah. Well, like I was going to say, if Messier goes up to 12 to 1, I'm
hammering.
Yeah. And
that's my sexy pick, dude. I really like Messier. I think that 6 draw was perfect for him. He doesn't have to force it too hard in the beginning. It's perfect. I like charge it in the 8 too. I mean, there's a lot.
I mean, charge it in the 8 plus the odds is 20 to 1. There's no ways he's gonna go off at like 12 or 15 to 1 to me. I mean, and that kind of gets into the territory of, well, thankfully I got the future sire for me, but for people that don't, it's kind of like.
But like you said earlier, spread the money around a little bit. So you got $100. I think it's better to bet $25 on 4 different horses, like in that range, to win.
Yeah.
Than it is to say I got 100 on Epicenter at 3 to 1. That's stupid to me. And maybe a win and get $300. But I'll put my 25 to win on 3 or 4 different horses that are going 15 to 1 or higher. And you got way more earning potential. I don't know, man. One thing I will say, it's not the strongest crop of all time in 2022, but this has been a fun year, man. Like, it is balanced and fun. So
yeah.
Anything else, Dennis, before we close it out? Thanks for coming on. First time visitor, dude, and we've been talking for at least a couple of years, so it's good to finally get you on.
Glad to be on. Like I said in the beginning, this was long overdue. This wasn't as scary as you would think it would be.
I don't know why it would be. Just a moron on a little horse racing channel. So,
well, no, I meant the psychopath part.
Well, yeah, that's besides the serial stuff, right?
But no,
well, not too many people know about that. So,
yeah, hopefully you learned something from somebody who's locally here in Louisville, and just have fun with it, I guess, too. In the end, that's the main thing we're here for.
Yeah, man. Everybody's having a few cocktails and trying to act like they're the smartest guy in the room, which is half the fun, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's the other half is the people at Churchill Downs actually there.
Yep. So, all right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on. Guess we'll do it again soon. Peace out. Hey, let's talk again before the Preakness in Belmont. How's that sound?
For sure, we'll try to. For sure. Thank you.
Dude. Yep. Peace out.